Hey everybody, welcome back to Habitat Kitchen. I'm Andrew Beauchamp and today we are making my favorite vegan ice cream recipe. I'm so excited to show you this, guys, and the best part about it is you don't need an ice cream machine. Come on, let's get into it. This recipe is extremely easy to make and you only need 8 ingredients. You'll need 1.25 cups of white sugar, 1/4 cup of water, 4 tablespoons of each coconut oil and cocoa butter, 1 teaspoon of a good vanilla extract, 1 teaspoon of salt, and for our milk base, we're going to be using 1 cup of each cashew milk and coconut milk to give us that creaminess. The first thing you're going to want to do is dissolve your sugar and oil inside that 1/4 cup of water. Just put it into a saucepan, bring it up to a heat, let that oil melt and let that sugar dissolve. If it comes up to a boil, that's okay, but the moment that you notice that the sugar's dissolved and the oil's fully melted, take it off the stove. For the next step, I will be using a blender. If you don't have a blender, you're not in trouble. Don't worry. You can whisk the ingredients together. You'll be whisking for a few minutes, but if you don't mind getting your exercise in for the day that way, then go right ahead. If you have a hand mixer, you can use that as well. A wand emulsifier works perfectly as well. I just have a blender, so I'm going to be tossing it all in there. You're going to want to combine 1 cup of the cashew milk and 1 cup of the coconut milk inside your blender. Add your salt and vanilla if you haven't already done so. Turn on medium speed, and then you're going to slowly mix in, while the blender's still on, your sugar mixture about 1/4 cup at a time, or you can just slowly drizzle it in. After that, you're going to blend it for 2 minutes just to get as much air in there as possible and there's no separation of the oil and the sugar and the milk. So make sure that it's all fully combined. And then we're going to pour it into a clean loaf pan and set it into our freezer. And let's come back to it in about a half an hour. Now, the great thing about this recipe is that there's no machine involved, but that does mean that you're going to have to check on it for the first 2 to 3 hours when it's first inside your freezer. Just to go in there, mix it, and break up all those large ice crystals that form, because you want a nice smooth creamy texture and you don't want anything too snow-like. You want it to be soft and delicious and creamy. So I just took my ice cream out of the freezer. It's been in there for about 2.5 hours now, and it is starting to get thick. It's starting to turn very solid, which is a good thing, and that's what we want. But I don't want this container to be our final container. You know, this is great to put into the freezer and it allows you to stir it. But for long term, I'm switching it over to just a glass seal container. At this point, you can also add any toppings that you'd like. So think of your chocolate chips, chunks of fruit, cookie dough, brownie chunks, one of my favorites. Put it into the freezer, let it sit for about 2 to 3 hours until it's fully hardened up and you can scoop it with ease. This ice cream is almost like a soft serve even whenever it's been in the freezer, so that's a bonus about it. Should we give it a taste, guys? It's just delicious. It's so good. Okay, so it's very creamy, is what you should know about this ice cream. And it's quite a complex flavor considering all the different ingredients that we put into it. It's sweet, and it's got that delicious slight coconut flavor, a little bit of nuttiness from the cashew milk. You can't go wrong. And if you make this, make a lot because you'll be coming back every time. God, that's good. Okay, so thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram, Drew's Habitat, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers, guys.